Hi everyone, sorry it's been a while. It's been an eventful few weeks. Like I said, I had a jaw operation. I had a cyst in my jaw and a wisdom tooth that was growing this way. So I had to have that removed and I've been recovering from that. And then a few days ago, my dad, he's got dementia and he had a few seizures and ended up in hospital. So he came out yesterday. So yes, it's been a bit of a trying time, so to speak. If I keep looking over it, it's because my notes are on there and my camera is on there so I can make sure I'm in the frame, because apparently the back camera is better than the front camera on an iPhone, so you know, we're learning. So I'm going to get straight into things today. This I did actually knit, and this is, what is it? The Lotta dress. Now this I knit in 2019. So yes, and I don't know if you can see, it's got some really nice detail there. It's like you pleat it, and then it's got these nice little, I can't even remember what they are. So this is garter stitch with a stocking stitch running up the sides, and then a nice little detail there, and it's quite long. And then it has a nice ribbon at the bottom. And I think the original, I just checked my projects, it was knitting tucker wool and it's quite structured, whereas I knit mine in, it's called Istek Camgarn. I got that from Iceland, I believe, probably. So this is a lot more, I don't know if you can see, a lot more drapey and fitted than the actual one on the Unravelry. So I'll put a link to it and then you can see. But this is a really nice dress and I get really warm sometimes. So I'm boiling today, so my arms are nice and free and my body's warm. So yeah, I would highly recommend this pattern. And it's just, oh, I've just noticed I've got a hole in it. Oh, I'll have to fix that. I haven't worn it in years. So yeah, I will fix that. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. And it was in Lane issue 5. That's how old it is, because I think they're on 20 something by now. So yeah, one of the very early editions of Lane magazine, and I believe that you can buy this pattern separately now. But yeah, I would really recommend it. So I have a finished object. This is the Felix cardigan by Amy Christophers. What's going on? I'll put it on in a minute. I'm just a bit warm. And I made this out of Deep Stash, Jamieson and Smith, Shetland Aran, and the fabric is just beautiful. It held the, can you see? The stitch pattern, the lace pattern, it's just held it really nice. And this is quite a cropped, not tight fitting cardigan, but it's more fitted, and I really didn't want that. I wear a lot of cardigans and I wear them in the house and I wear them when I'm knitting and I'm on the sofa and I'm watching TV. So I wanted a big cozy cardigan, and that's what I made. So put it on here. It's big, but that's what I wanted. So, and I did put buttons on and whatnot, but yeah, it has got, as you can see, a lot of ease. But it's so comfy, and it's one of them that you can just wrap around. And even when it's fastened, I love that it's big. Let me do. Does that if you button it all right, doesn't it? So that one's to there. And these buttons, I always get my buttons from yarn festivals, so these were probably a Yarndale purchase, and I can't remember the name of the button shop that is always there. I'll try and find it if I can. But yeah, it is a really big cozy sweater, but I just love it. just sitting and being all wrapped up, and I can wear, you know, layers underneath it. So yeah, wow, I'm boiling now. This wool is so warm, so warm. And I'll just show you the buttons. Can you see? Oh, might be a bit bright. Oh, where am I? There. Be a bit bright if I block that there. There you go. They're really beautiful. And what I do with my buttons is I bought these cheap plastic ones from Amazon, and I don't know where I learnt this, but if you're putting buttons on and you're using a cotton thread, that is basically over time going to like rub away your wool. I mean, wool's strong, but the cotton's stronger. So as you move, it's literally just like gonna saw it away eventually. So if you put a backing button on, then it's protecting the wool, and you can also space it so that you can get the wool behind. This one was a little bit tight, but yeah, all the way down I didn't weave an ending. I have backing buttons on, and it makes it easier to sew them on as well, to be honest. And I like the look of it as well. It doesn't pucker the back of the knitting, it protects it all. So yeah, that's a tip that I can't remember where I picked that up from. So yeah, that was finished. My other half said that he loves the smell of it because it smells like an antique shop. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he liked it. So yes, I'm very warm today, so I'm having a drink of, this is just sparkling water. I've got a brew there, and a brew in Northern means any hot drink. So if you were coming to my house, I'd say, do you want a brew? And that means any hot drink. But this is a TikTok. That's the brand. It's called TikTok tea. And it's called Chai Relax. And it's like a rooibos, and my other half South African, a rooibos tea with cinnamon and spices. And it's really, really nice. It smells amazing. Oh, that's nice now. So that was finished, and then I have been basically just knitting on one thing. And because I said, like, it's cold but I'm hot, but then I get cold again, I wanted, and everyone's knitting these, I think, it is the Petite Knit Stockholm Slipover, and I can just stick that over a t-shirt or something. And the reason I knit this as well is last time I was saying I was going to make the Nordic Bloom vest with my Let Lope. I come to buy it, it's in a book, so I can't buy the individual pattern, and I don't want the book. And it really annoys me when that happens. I get it that they do it for a little bit of time, but I'm not buying a book to get a pattern. So I just bought the Petite Knit Slipover. And I started making the, which size? I always highlight my size because it's just easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. I started making the large because I didn't want it too tight, but actually my gauge was slightly off, especially my row gauge with the Lope. So I went down. I did cast it on twice and I went down because it was just going to be too big. And so I'm doing a mix of the medium and large. I'm decreasing it a little bit more on the body than it says. And the way I've done it is, I've done it to pattern, but just a mix of the two sizes. But I finished one of the sleeves. This sun's really bright, but I don't want to lock it out. I'm gonna have to. Oh, it's a little bit better. Yeah, I finished one of the arm holes because it was actually like down here when I finished, and I thought, oh gosh, my roll gauge is really, really off here. But I thought I'll do an armhole, because then it always brings it in and snugs it in, and then I could figure out what was going on. So I finished the armhole, and this is an Italian sewn bind off, which is really nice. It looks really nice in the lopey as well. I have done it before, and I can't memorise this, so I basically had my phone in between my knees, and I just kept scrolling backwards and forwards between the pictures, because I just can't. Kitchener I've got, Italian sewn bind off, I can't memorise it. Anyway, so when I'd finished one arm and tried it on, it actually fit really nice. So I decided to finish the other arm, but I've not done the sewn bind off, because at this point my dad ended up in hospital, and I've not had the brain space to do the Italian sewn bind off. But I finished the second ribbon, that just needs binding off, and then I've got my neckline on the needles, and I'm just going to probably do that later, because I am feeling a little bit better now. I ended up in a corridor with my dad. He was on a corridor with about 20 other older people, and I was not leaving him on a corridor, because he had no clue what was going on, didn't know where he was. So I sent my mum home, because she'd been up since 2 a.m. And I stayed with my dad till 5 a.m. when my mum came back, because she'd had a few hours kip. I tried to kip in the corridor, but that weren't happening. So yeah, I feel like I've got proper jet lag now. If you can hear pitter patterings, it's the dog. She might come and join us at some point. She likes sitting on here with me. So yeah, I've not had the brain space to finish it off. And I thought, well, if I do this as well, then I can knit the body as long as I want and just keep trying it on. So I have been decreasing a little bit more than the pattern says, and I'm just going to keep trying it on and decreasing it. Are you coming up? Come on then. Yeah, she loves this sofa. And she loves the sun. So I'm now just going round and round in circles with stockinette stitch, which I love. What are you doing? Hey? She was meant to be a small staffy, and she's actually half staffy, half mastiff, aren't you? Yeah. You're a big one, aren't you? She's going to hydrotherapy later on, because she snapped a cruciate ligament a few months ago, nearly a year ago maybe. And now she's snapped the other one, so she's going back to hydrotherapy today. So that'll be fun. So yeah, I'm just in endless stockinette stitch, which is just what I need right now. So I'm down to like my middle, and then I want it quite long. I don't like cropped stuff. So yeah, I'm actually really enjoying it. And like I said, I'll probably do the bind off tonight if I've got the mental fortitude to be able to do it. But I love Let Lopey. It is one of my favourites. My mum would be like, no, it's too scratchy, I don't like it. But once this has been washed, and I need to make another Strucker by Isolde Teague, because that was my all-time favourite jumper, but it's a little bit small now, so I'll probably make another one of them at some point. So that's that one. So what I want to knit, and I was naughty, and I did buy some yarn. Well, it's not. I've been selling all my leftover. I had a big sort out of my yarn stash, because it was like ridiculous, and I have a lot of single skeins and sweater quantities. But I was like, do you know what? What's been in there for years, I need to get rid of now, because it's beautiful and it needs setting free. And I also bagged up all my scraps. I want to make a blanket, but a more autumnal blanket, which is more in my colour wheelhouse. Because a lot of my scraps are from socks, and I do wear colour on my feet, but not on my body normally, she says. Wait until you see what I bought. So I've been selling a lot of my yarn, and I used to dye yarn as well. I had Coach House Yarns, it was called, and I dyed a lot of really good wool. I got my bases from Blacker Yarns, and I'd kept quite a few sweater quantities and single skeins that I loved, but yeah, they needed to be set free. So I bought more wool with the with the money that I made. But why not? Because this is going to be next on my needles. So I bought this. I have never ever, I've been knitting for over 20 years and I've never knit with Noro. Never knit with Noro. Now look at that. It's just stunning. And I have a really, really beautiful, it's not beautiful, it's a Next cardigan that's grey and it's got stars on it, and I wear the hell out of that thing because it's a nice, cosy cardigan, and that's what this is going to be. And it's going to be the Lakes cardigan. And I just loved the grey with the little flecks, and you knit it with, and I've never knit with this either, Isiga. Whoops. Alpaca 1, and this is in the colourway ES1, I believe. No, E3S. And this is like a grey beige colour, and this is what the pattern called for. And I just copied it because the finished cardigan is just beautiful, and so I didn't want the yarn that I knit it double with to take away from the colour, and this will complement it. So everybody says that this is Noro Madara, and it is in the colour Sake, and everyone keeps saying that Sake is really hard to, she's pushing me off the sofa, really hard to find. I found it in quite a few places, and it's not the cheapest yarn, but this is 60% wool, 30% silk, 10% alpaca. Yeah, that sounds still. Right, there you go. I found this in quite a few places actually, and I got 6 skeins, so it was a treat. But this is going to be my replacement for that Next cardigan, and I wear that Next cardigan at least once, twice a week. So I know that this is going to be, and this is a first for me. And I got this one from Tribe Yarns, and I can't remember where I got this one from. I think it was called Sharps something or other. Let me find it. If I can't find it, I'll put it in the show notes where I got it from. I'd actually never bought from this place before. No, maybe it wasn't Sharps. I'll find out and put it in the show notes. Show notes, who am I? I'll put it in the description. So yeah, that is going to be next on my needles because I'm really, really excited about that. And then, oh, she's pushing me off again. She's a bugger, look at her. She has to sit right behind me. This is a 40-kilogram dog. Aren't you? 40 kilograms you are. Yes, and she has to sit right behind me and push me off. Can't have anything. So I've then been watching a lot of Ravelry because, not Ravelry, see, my brain's still tired. I've been watching a lot of knitting podcasts on YouTube, and I really like It's a Sarah. Her podcast, her colours and her knitting is really up my street. And I used to have a pair of leg warmers, and they were made out of leftover Lopi. And this is the pattern that I made them in. Can I find them for the life of me? No, I don't know what I've done with them. So I'm just going to have to make another pair because I walk the dog a lot and it's been chucking it down here. I live down Dorset now, and I wanted to get away from the rain from Manchester, but it's done nothing but rain for ages. And I get muddy. So I want a pair of leg warmers again. And I just can't find them. It's really annoying. So this is a free pattern by, again, Amy. No, this is Jane Richmond. Amy Christophers did a really nice one that I liked, but these were the ones that I made originally. Jane Richmond. And it's basically one skein of Cascade 220, which I haven't got, but they're only 220 yards. So if you've got that single skein of like a worsted, then these are amazing. And let Lopi, literally you just brush the mud off. it's so robust for getting muddy with and so warm. And I made them in like a deep grey last time. So I'm going to make them. And then I'm going to make the Lakes cardigan. And then I watched, I can't remember the name of it now, but it's Amy from La Bien Aimée with Julie from the Knitting Twinnings. And they just make me smile. Even my other half watched a little bit and he had a smile on his face because they're just so happy and friendly. And they've inspired me to do a lemonade sweater by Vera Valimaki. If you've never looked at Vera Valimaki's patterns, she's been around a while. She's got some amazing patterns, and I don't feel like a lot of people talk about patterns now. But she's got amazing patterns, and the lemonade one just looks so good, and it's a DK weight. And I have got some Kate Davies Buckyle, I think it's called, in my stash, and I've got a grey, and then I got some individual skeins, so I think I'm going to use that up to make the lemonade cardigan. I've got some editing software now, so if I can, I'll try and put photos of what I'm on about here. If not, I'll put it in the description. And then the other one that I've seen quite a while, and it's been in my queue for quite a while, and I was going to buy the Lane magazine because it's in Lane magazine, and I do love Lane magazine, and I was literally about to click buy, and I thought, Linda, you need to go and look on your bookshelf just to check you haven't got this book. I've already got it. So it's a good job I didn't buy it. And this is the Lento sweater. There you go, Lento. And it's just beautiful, simple jumper. And it's just a really nice raglan. Really nice raglan sweater. So I'm going to make this as well. And if anyone is interested in this issue of Lane magazine, I found it on Fine Fettle Fibres website, and that's .co.uk, and it's in the sale and it's £10. And I think these are normally like 20 to 22 quid in the UK. I don't know what that is in other denominations. But this is £10 at the minute on finefettlefibres.co.uk. So yeah, I'm going to make a Lento as well. So if you are interested in looking at what stash I've got up for sale, it's on Vinted, and I'm Linda Rose 287 on Vinted. Quite a bit of it's gone now, but I do have the odd skein on there, and I keep going back and looking at my stash. Do you have to destroy stuff? You're a bugger. Watch my jaw, you. Yes, be gentle. Be gentle. Who needs a parrot? I keep looking at it and I don't really want to let it go, but then I'm like, am I going to knit with it? So keep your eye on Vinted for other stuff, because we might be selling more, might we? Okay. And I actually found what she's knocked off. Move out a minute. I found this, which I've forgotten all about, because this isn't actually something that I bought. Are you interested? Yeah. So this was my grandma's stash. Do you like the smell of that? Yeah. Do you like that? I don't know why people have got misconceptions about bull breeds. She's the softest thing in the world, honestly. I actually got her a Harry Potter dog collar yesterday. She's a Gryffindor. So this, my mum gave me from my grandma's stash, and this this might be like 1960s, 1970s stash, but it's 100% cotton, double knitting cotton, and weirdly it doesn't say what the yardage is. Never come across this before. So it's 50 grams, and it's got all the information on there, but not the yardage. So I actually just took a photo of it with the label and asked ChatGPT, and I call him Jack, and he told me that there's probably around about 120 yards per ball, which is actually really useful to know, because now I can put this in Ravelry and figure out what I'm going to do with it. But I've got 2, 4, 6, 10 skeins, well, balls, and I think this would make a really nice summer t-shirt. I've never knit with 100% cotton before, but yeah, I think this would be really nice for a little t-shirt. So that's something as well. Yeah, so other than that, that's all the knitting that I've been doing. Like I said, I haven't had that much time. I've been doing some reading. I think I've already read 3 books this year. I read 40 books last year, so I want to read a couple more than that maybe, but I've got a lot of reading to do for my PhD as well, so we'll see. And I've been reading Louisa Scarr. If you've never read Louisa Scarr or Sam Holland, it's the same author, but she has a different series of sort of like police procedurals under Louisa Scarr, and there's a series called Butler and West, and I've annihilated it. And now I'm on, I think it's the last book that she's written, the D.S. Monroe book. So I'll be really sad when that's ended, but I'm loving it. And then I got the new Dan Brown book, but I've decided I'm going to reread all the Dan Browns before I come to that one. And I just got one yesterday from Amazon, which was a pre-order. I'd forgot I'd even pre-ordered it because I've been waiting for, I don't know, maybe 5 months for it. It's called, what's it called, Linda? It's I've never heard of the author before. I don't know whether it's the first book. Head Cases, it's called. And it's an FBI sort of murder. I'm all about murder, true crime. I did an MSc in forensic psychology, so yeah, it's my wheelhouse. I love a police procedural. I just watched Patience on Channel 4 as well. That's a really good series if you've not watched that. And I did some cooking last night. I made homemade pizzas because I've not been able to eat anything anything hard since the 29th of December when I had my jaw operation. So I'm just trying to increase slowly the amount of, be quiet you, the amount of harder stuff I'm eating. So I managed some pizza last night, homemade pizza. So if I can figure it out, I'll put some footage of that in here. And I also got published in a magazine. I am a coaching psychologist, and I wrote an article on hope and endometriosis because I have endometriosis. So I wrote an article and it got accepted and published, and I got the finished thing a couple of days ago. So I will put a link to that if you want to have a look and a read. I'm very proud of my first published article. And I'm about to launch a new membership called Planology. So it's incorporating coaching psychology into the world and love of planning. As you've probably noticed, I love books, I love planning. I've got different traveller's notebooks everywhere. Yeah, love my little planner system. Stop it, you nosy get out. So I will put links to my Planology website, and I'm going to be launching the membership soon. Again, stop it now. Got a little bit sidetracked with my dad being poorly and having my operation. But if you want to come and have a check out of that, that's going to be really interesting. And if you like me and you like your notebooks and just psychology in general and making goals, then yeah, it'd be really nice if you come and have a look and sign up for my newsletter and stuff. So I'm just going to give myself another week of recuperating, and then it's going to be all hands on deck to start the new business. I made this as well out of some leather, so I'm going to be, yes, it's nice, isn't it? I bought the insert from Garland Leather. I'll link that for you if you're interested. But I've got a video on how I made this out of some scrap leather. And I'll put a link to that in my description as well. Oh my gosh, Luna. Yeah. So yeah, it's been lovely to catch up with you, lovely to have a chat. Not got much knitting other than, well, I suppose I have done some knitting. Don't lie, Linda. And then I'll catch up with you in another week or two, maybe. So I hope you have a really, really nice end of January. January is a tough month for a lot of people, so just take it easy, be nice to yourself, do a bit of self-compassion, do some knitting, that's my self-compassion, and enjoy, and I will catch up with you soon.